afternoon, folks. We came out a little early today. We're doing a 5 to 7 slot. It's a beautiful thing. Welcome to In the Spirit of Things, where we speak of all things in the spirit because it's mind, body, and spirit. This is the way our bodies operate, our minds operate. And folks, I got a beautiful surprise for you today. Been blessed with Sister Croft. Miss Sister Mary Croft is coming into the door and is going to share some love with us today. It's going to be a very nice show. With that being said, folks, we've been having a lot of stuff going on. Brother Michael and I have been extremely busy over at privatist.me, and we actually just came loose off of a third-party debt buster package, basically for dealing with your issues in Canada, because we want to share the love with our brothers here in USA Inc., but we also want to share with the love in Canada, and next we're going to help Australia, and while we're at it, we might as well do the UK. So folks, this is where we live, because, you know what, we love third-party debt collectors so much that we're putting out the package for free for all these countries. When you come to the buffet table at privatist.me, when you become a full member, which is pretty much chump change. Folks, because like I say, we really love third-party debt collectors, and they're really, really easy to put to bed. So we've created, that's what we do. Brother Peter had a lot of practice on himself firsthand. So I'm going to move on with the show. But, hey, for Canada, this is a shout-out to you. We love you. And welcome aboard, because we're fixing to move this train forward on a whole different level, because it's my total objective to put third-party debt collectors out of business, because it's all one big fraud. Anyways, Mary, I'm sure I'm trying not to get too excited, but I know you've got some new information coming forward, new post. I was wanting to bring you on and share some love and give us a heads up.
No, I'm tired of sharing the love. Now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I guess I'm in the wrong room. I thought it was in the spirit of things.
I get called names if I share the love, you know?
Hey, me too. I used to be a streetwalker. Oh, my goodness.
I get it. Okay, as we speak, I am now posting my latest and greatest. So I apologize. Didn't I say 2 weeks ago I was going to post something? Well, this is it. And, yes, I mentioned your website, because I got to tell you, this is going to be great. I mean, all your versions are great. This one's great. This will do for the provinces.
Yep.
It just sort of amazes me how many people are so annoyed by these people. I mean, even I get calls. I don't owe anybody anything, but I get calls all day. And it's just, you just don't even bother anymore. You look at the phone number and you say, okay, well, never mind. So this is going to be great fun when we can actually send something out to them that's just absolutely going to, send them climbing the walls. So this is great fun. So I'm so glad you've done this. And
have you seen the package yet, Mary?
Pardon me?
Have you seen the package? Have you seen the documents?
I saw it and I flipped through it. I have to tell you, I have yet to actually, take a serious look at it. I just already know it's good because the other one was good. So, but okay, do I have to do that right now?
No. Hey, anyways, we're bringing the meat and potatoes. As a matter of fact, Canada got a better package than USA Inc. We had to upgrade USA Inc. to 2.0. So Canada Michael really showed the love. When you read it, you're just going to say, things that make you go, that's what they're going to be saying on the other side of the fence. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm really glad that you're doing this, because it's, my friends and I, we finally caught on. It's ridiculous to send them anything other than, well, I don't want to say obscenities, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Just
paper it's written on.
Exactly. Just tell them no, not only no, but hell no. And any of the other stuff just isn't going to do much. So this is what your package is just to pretty much stick it to them. Like this is now their problem, right?
Yeah, no wiggle room. Notice a default. Notice a fault. Notice a default. Notice of estoppel. And now you have 4 exhibits in case they want to share some love somewhere else, like a courtroom. And I can tell you right now, I never went into court when I was beating the brakes off with the 80 grand that I had outstanding. So this is 10 times better than what I was doing 8 years ago.
Oh. Well, you won
the
back
red
then.
box.
So
That mean. Have you seen that mean, nasty red box? It's just beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, as we speak, okay, wait. I'm doing 5 things at once here. Okay, I am now publishing so you can go to my blog and you read all this. It's called The Golden Rule, Enough is Enough. That's the new golden rule, is enough is enough. Okay, now I'm going to go look at your doc because I'm feeling a little remiss that I actually didn't peruse it properly. So, that's a nice reminder. Where the hell did you put it?
It's just, it's really sort of put them in the box like they try to do us, and it's a total uphill climb. It's a beat the brakes off. They got absolutely no wiggle room. It's a dead letter issue, i.e., it's dead when you get through this.
This is great. Well, it's great because not counting the obvious annoying people, by that I mean IRS, CRA, the courts, the cops. I mean, these are obviously annoying entities. But let's face it, as far as numbers go, these collection agencies they're all over the place. I wonder how many there are, and I wonder how many phone calls are made a day, and how many people look at their phone and say, not only no, but hell no. But I think that's what we need to do is pick up the phone and say, not only no, but hell no. My friend picks up the phone, and she just keeps saying no, and they can't even get a word in. No.
Right. I like to tell them I'm taping them, and I want their boss's name and stuff like that, their social security number, because they're wanting personal information from some presumed party. So I want to get their names first, and then they usually hang up on me.
Oh, yeah. So, they're not going to like us much at all.
Nope. Oh, no. And Australia's next in line. We'll have them done by next week. So, we're just moving through all the countries because we want to show the love to third-party bottom feeders because, Mary, that's really what they are because the initial debt, like you say, already got paid. So what the hell are they doing at my house?
No, if only they knew. But we're tired of educating them. But it's kind of like you want to tap them on the shoulder and say what's true. Here's what's true, you morons. Don't take my word for it. Do some homework. Do something constructive.
Yep. And they do chuckle behind closed doors at all the innocent victims because they don't know what they know, and they know that they bought it for 3 cents on the dollar. They know they're trying to get you through trickery, and they actually laugh at the people, the sheeple.
Yeah, and that's not funny. I mean, that's really not funny. So,
okay,
I can't find it. Where did you put this? I can't find it.
I can attach it in 30 seconds and put it right in your box, your Skype box. I have skills.
I know you have, but I think you already did, and I'm looking for it. All right, send it over. I don't know where you put it.
Yeah, no problem. Give me 1 second. It's right on my desktop, and all I got to do is click and drag, and I'm actually becoming technologically efficient as I move forward. Yeah, this is Canada straight up. I couldn't even do Skype before. About 5 months ago, I started this Skype thing. I didn't even have a clue, and now I'm scaring myself.
I got something on you,
yeah. Well, see,
okay,
Mike's a techno. Brother Michael is a techno geek. I'm incompetent beyond reproach, but I'm getting better. There it is. I heard it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you'll be able to double click on it, open that puppy up, and you'll want to see the first document is beautiful, and then it just gets more beautiful as it goes.
Oh, okay. Well, now this is on your website. Oh. Yep.
Yeah. Matter of fact, for fully paid members, they just go down, click on it, and they get to take it home with them.
Oh, okay. You sent me this yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. This is the updated one. We did catch a little glitch at the very bottom of the page. One of your members from Canada pointed it out to us. Thank you. Mary and Cameron, here's a shout out. They caught it, and they sent it over to Brother Peter, and he sent it over to Brother Mike, and we refixed it, so at least we're starting out the gate on the right page.
That's good.
Yep, that helps.
I'm dying to know what that was now. I mean, what it was that got fixed.
Oh, it was just at the very bottom. It was referencing Canada, and now we just referenced Canada. That's all.
Oh, I see.
It was a minor oversight on Brother Michael's part. Anyways, that was Mary and Randy. Sorry, Terry gave me a heads up. Thank you, Brother Mary and Randy. We appreciate your digging in and finding a little faux pas. I like it when people pay attention. See, that's the whole point of the exercise, paying attention to detail, because they expect us not to pay attention to detail in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know why I'm having trouble finding this. I mean, I found it. I just don't know why I can't.
Is it opening up for you?
No.
Well, hell, Mary, I got skills. I can go one step better. I think I can test this.
I mean, I know right where it ought to be. I just don't.
Yeah, it's going to be 1A, debt validation demand legal, 2 pages. You double click on it, it should open right up.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, folks, just be patient.
Well, no, you may carry on, because I don't know why I can't see it on my. I mean, any other time I've done this, I put it on my desktop and it's right there, but I can't see it.
Yeah, it's no problem. Hey, basically, folks, what Mary's looking for is it's just because they use the rules of 4, rules of 8 in the system. So because most people don't understand the concept of the red box, it makes it a non-negotiable issue. Not like an instrument, but non-negotiable to what you're asking for. So we brought it into their parallel because the whole system runs under one big LLC, i.e. Limited Liability Corporation, and they're collecting insurance on pretty much everything out there. And that's why I say, folks, when you defaulted on the original creditor, so that's they call themselves, but you were the original creditor. They just stole your substance out from underneath you via a unilateral signature on the initiating contract. They transfer everything over. Anyways, so we decided to go start researching about this red box stuff, rules of 4, rules of 8, and it makes what you're asking non-negotiable. So they failed to respond. The game's pretty much over on the first document, folks, but we like to shut all the doors and windows, and we like to hammer some nails in while we're at it, because we want to make sure nobody gets out alive but you. And so we do a notice of fault, a notice of default. This is imperative. It's simple, though. It's simple. We did the heavy lifting. Anyways, Mary, any luck?
Yeah. Now I have to put on glasses to bloody see it. Holy cow. Okay, I should probably open it in something else here. Oh, yeah, man. This is great.
Oh, this is ugly. It's ugly for them. It's beautiful for my brothers and sisters. And like I say, this is my objective. This is my goal. I love them so much. We're going to show them love in every damn country. I want to show Latin America next, too. You know what? We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
God, you're on a roll, eh?
What the hell? In for a penny, in for a pound. That's what they say, right?
What was the, not that it matters. I'm just sort of skimming. I love this. Notice to sale, just the subheadings. Notice of claimant's offer to perform upon validation of debt. Notice to cease and desist, criminal investigation. Isn't this great? This is quite detailed.
I added the criminal investigation stuff because everything they're doing is one proverbial fraud. Michael, we found their corresponding goofy codes. They don't apply to us. They apply to them. But we decided to throw them a couple in, like in reference to mail fraud and RICO and a couple other things. This is what I was using 8 years ago in this basically format. It's like a 3-in-1 document to start with. It's like a cease and desist, a constructive notice, and a criminal investigation all in one, as well as a debt verification. And it's just so beautiful. They never, ever wanted to talk to me after that, Mary. I didn't understand why. I really did, but because I was sharing the love, and Peter didn't even have to do 3 steps in the process. So, anyways, this is the meat and potatoes. So, like they get this one, I think they're just going to say, oh, this is not low-lying fruit anymore. Oh, maybe we should go after the next one. And then you're going to come right behind it within 21 days with your notice of fault. Then you're going to come behind it 7 days after that with a notice of default. And then you're going to shut it down one more step with just a letter of estoppel. We've already created all the documents, folks, so we did all the heavy lifting for you. So it's just literally, it's just so simple. Just follow the bouncing ball, put your name where it belongs. And matter of fact, Michael and I have done 2 calls in a row on, matter of fact, Thursday we're doing a call for Canada, straight up. It's USA can join the call because the fundamentals of what we're covering will apply to all. So we cover why, lowercase. We cover all the fundamentals. See, because we don't want our brothers and sisters operating, let's say, incompetent. And so this is where they come to our house over at privatist.me, and we actually, not only do we have the instructions that are so well put together by Brother Michael, but we also do an MP3 to attach to it so you can listen and you can read. So it's folks, we don't want you in any gray areas. We want you to have a full knowledge and understanding. See, that's what makes people competent, competent, and that's where the power comes from. And when you understand why we're doing what we're doing and how we're doing it, what you're doing it for, that's going to give you confidence. Folks, there's nothing to be afraid of. There are third-party bottom feeders looking for an easy target, a mark. The original creditor already got paid in full, so this is just a scam to come through your door. It's no different than stealing food off your plate.
All right, now, let's just for fun, sorry, I'm getting attacked from all sides here. Let's just pretend for a second that things go badly. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen, stop me where I'm wrong, is that they'll threaten to take you to court, and then that's where you'd say, I can't wait because I got the docs to prove you don't have a legal leg to stand on, right?
Oh, yeah, and by the way, Mary, we just covered this last week. Yeah, not only do you have a legal leg to stand on, they only get copies of these documents. You keep the master originals because the courts only recognize originals, so they just get a certified copy, the clowns, because that's all they deserve. You get the masters, and they become exhibits A, B, and C, and D, and I swear, sweetie, I dare them to grow a pair and drag this into court. It's called a summary judgment, and the game is over before the game starts. The judge is going to take one look at the 4 documents you asked. They didn't tell 3 times, 4 times, and he's going to say, what are we doing here? It's not even to get to the stinking judge if you and we don't advocate anybody filing into statutory court, but this is your weapon, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Yeah, and if you have to drag them in, it's exhibits A, B, C, and D, and they're originals. They're not copies. See, nobody knows that. Everybody thinks they're supposed to they give out their originals and make a copy. No, the clowns get the copy. You keep the originals. That's the way it's supposed to work. Then you don't have to prove nothing when it's an original. It's got a wedding signature, and it's not a signature. It's a seal. We use seals on our documents, and you're going to get to learn what that's all about over at privatist.me because we cover all these little nuances that nobody understands. That's called attention to detail. So, dead men sign, live flesh and blood men actually seal. Hey, how do you like it at the very bottom area? Underwriter/surety notice. This instrument is non-negotiable, unrebuttable, instant claim for claimant's lawful lien, seizure, and liquidation as required of full penal value of debt collector, bonds, and their security assets to be escrowed by and for the resulting breach of trust by debt collector. Then we make sure because there is no constitution in America, everything operates under the UPU, so we just added it in there just for good measure. UPU treaty notice. This instrument constitutes official mail under regulations and jurisdiction of Universal Postal Union Treaty, because everything's under treaties, in Canada as well, including the duties, obligations, and penalties of private mail carriers. So if they divert this private cargo from its appointed destination, it's going to be a Lucy moment for somebody. Somebody's got some explaining to do.
You know too much.
I'm the crazy guy in the room, sweetheart. My wife looks at me and she goes, "You busy yourself?" To her, it's the mundane. To to me, it's the insane. But it's sort of where my brain lives. I can't help it because you know what? I want my brothers and sisters operating from a position of strength, not a position of weakness, and that's how you fix it.
Mm.
Yeah. They never see nothing like this, Mary.
I know. How in God's name did you come up with all the Canada stuff? I mean, I admit some of it looks familiar, but good grief.
We're researchers, sweetheart. This is what we do. We eat, sleep, and breathe research. Michael's the master, and we both dig in, and we start chewing it up, tearing it apart, and it's a beautiful thing. So we want to show the love with Australia next. So we're digging into them right now as we speak.
You know, I have this strange feeling that this is too good for them. I mean, I know that sounds absurd, but this is really, really well done, at least to the extent of my knowledge. And it's almost like they don't deserve it.
Yeah, it's 8.5 by 14 paper. I'm not even doing their garbage paper. We're going to go 8.5 by 14. We're going to make it truly the right size paper and everything. This is attention to detail, stupid stuff we do, but they're gonna recognize this when it comes to the door because they ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah. And
they're going to be taking notice. I promise. They're going to be taking notice and say, "Gee, this doesn't look like low-lying fruit."
Well, that's always the best way, isn't it? Is to get them out of our lives.
Right. We're shaking the tree. I'm shaking the tree. Where they're the low-lying fruit, not you. I want them to go find a new way to make a living, not off my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, exactly. Except, you know, that is part of the problem, is that, when they, like, in a sense, we'd almost rather they deal with us because we know how to handle them. Whereas when they can't deal with us, they go pick on somebody that can't handle them, and that's kind of the tragedy. But, if we spread the word, maybe people will catch on and get onto this, and then ultimately they won't have anybody to attack.
Right. That would be the goal. And like I say, go get a job of substance because you're bottom feeding off of a debt that was already paid in full in the first place. That makes you a thief. That makes you worse than a thief because you know what you're doing. The owners of these operations, they know exactly that they're buying it for pennies on the dollar, and they're capitalizing on the ignorance of our brothers and sisters. Well, they come to my house, they won't be ignorant no more. I'll guarantee it.
Mm. Oh, that's good.
You know?
No, this is great. This ought to put an end to them. Of course, then then where are you going to go after this, though, Peter? I mean, after this job, what's for you to do now?
Well, sweetie, I first I got to get through all these countries, get the ball rolling for all these countries, and then we get to go into mortgages next.
Okay, now we're talking.
So Michael and I are already looking at the next step in meat and potatoes land. We understand the trust. We're researching the trust in estates and all this other stuff. This is the stuff we're not supposed to know. So this is where we're going. So it's a one step at a time. It's going to probably take us about 6 weeks to get into all the countries that we want to be in. And then once we're there, that's when we get to go dig into the next go-round, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going. And that's why, all those people that sign up to be privatist.me members, they get to come and play in my playroom, come to my buffet table week in, week out, every night, every Thursday night for the whole year. And on top of that, folks, we're not just talking about this stuff. We talk about substance. I'm sure, Mary, you've seen my medical pages. I got a cancer page in there, incredible books, references, information that will give people total clarity to not have to die for a lie from Big Pharma's scam. Alternatives that are dirt cheap that everybody can use.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a crime for you.
Yeah. We like I say, between the videos, audios, and like I say, we don't put any filler in there. We got you over there, so. Because we, like I say, you basically got the ball started with the wake-up call on a different level, and now it's really coming to fruition. Damn pond! Yeah, you threw your rock in the pond. Look what the ripples are doing.
Thanks.
You got Peter in front of you. He's a ripple, and I'm throwing boulders in the damn water.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was in the Navy. They told me not to make waves, but I said, "What the hell?"
Well, we were talking earlier about, Ian Lungold said It was years ago, and he said, I forget what year it was. It was the year that everybody catches on. The truth will be revealed. And I think that was supposed to be 08 or something, but it sure wasn't. I think this is the year. Truth will be revealed.
Right.
What's happening?
Yeah, we're in the shift. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, if it wasn't so funny, it's really actually pretty sad because
oh wait, sorry, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The Candyman instead of the the Candyman song. It was I thought it was the Candyman. I said, what the hell are we doing with Sammy Davis Jr.? And then I started listening, and I said, okay, this is a different slant. It's called the government can. They take everything you make to satisfy their wishes. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Anyways, Mary, could you give us some input on your new article coming out? Because I know you got a roll in a couple of minutes, and I would like you to share the love so people can go get some real good insight over there as well, over at spiritualeconomicsnow.net. I actually have it taxed to memory.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? Yeah. Well, where to start? It's none of the stuff that we've done up until now has had any clout, obviously. And except I think the problem is what it's done is it encourage them, because what it does is it acknowledges them. It's almost as if we're making them real, like we're giving them, by having anything to do with them, we're empowering them. Whereas yourself, and you think back to childhood, when somebody annoyed you and you turned your back on them and just walked away, well, that was the end of their power. And I think this is pretty much what we have to do, not counting what you're doing where you really do have to slam them, but anything after letting them know, not only no, but hell no, everything after that, you can pretty much ignore it. In other words, send it back to them just after we let them know that they're bloody frauds, and, as you mentioned, they owe us, because they're the ones who have charged the trust account via the bond. They've stolen our credit, our value, not the other way around. I mean, it's just mind-boggling when you think about it, isn't it, that this is what they've done. But anyway, so that's kind of the drift, and I have several suggestions of what you might want to let them know. We have to really just let them know we don't recognize them. There is no government. Nobody has any authority over us. It's kind of endless, like just the nonsense that they've tried to pull on us. And it's almost like an annoying sibling where they keep, kind of poking at you, and every time they poke it like in a different place, and if you keep screaming, don't do that, but it's different, then they just keep antagonizing. Whereas if you just sort of let them know, I'm done with you. You are fiction. You have no clout, no position. We live in what the Governor General, I think it was herself back then, was when it was posted on the Governor General's website, was that it's not even a government. It's a de facto government. It's not real. I mean, she was literally making the claim, none of this is real. She might as well have spelled it out. You people don't have to pay any attention to us, but we're going to keep trying to make you pay attention to us, but, if you don't want to, well, I guess we're out of biz. Well, that's exactly what we have to do, is put them out of commission.
Yep. Yeah,
so
quit feeding.
I tossed out a few things to say and how to think and that sort of thing. Go ahead. Sorry, Peter.
No, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Because, matter of fact, I'm going to cover it for 2 seconds. There was a state representative in Nebraska, and he was dragged into court, and he's a state representative, probably an attorney as well, and he asked for the DA and the judge's oath and bond. And the DA had the compunction to tell him to his face that we don't need an oath and bond. Talk about uncovering the full skullduggery and chicanery of liars, crooks, and thieves. And by the way, the judge ran out the back door after he stated asking for the oaths and bonds, because this guy knew. He was a state representative in Nebraska. I have the article. I think Michael posted it and sent it out to a bunch of people as well, because it was beautiful, because this guy hit them right where they live, and they were trying to trick him. Well, we'll just set the case, and he looked at the judge. He says, "What are you?" Almost like, "Are you on crack or something?" And he says, "We're not moving forward till I get the oath and bond. We have an issue, point of contention to get over before we can move forward on any issue."
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear
Beautiful.
about that. Oh, yeah, that was the one you sent me. That was so great. That is so cool. Yeah, another, and it was interesting that it was he himself whose case he was handling. I thought that was pretty ironic.
Yeah.
And by the way, I love these stories. I mean, let's face it, that we need this kind of encouragement. And what I have asked people towards the end there of my article, I've asked people to hop to it and send me some stories of successes of what occurs when you say not only no, but hell no. And I say, be polite, report back to me that, however you want to handle this, that you've defeated these people. And then what I'm going to do is post, like I've already got a dozen under my belt. I just didn't want to list them because I was already up to 5 pages, and I don't want these articles to be too long. I know they are. But anyway, so when we get some people, with some real clobbering situations, I want them to report back to me, and I'll post them. And they can remain anonymous or not, however they choose. And we're just going to start spreading the word. And I figure once we get a few cases of people verbally clobbering these people, it's going to increase exponentially, because then people will become braver and braver, and everybody's going to say, well, she can do it, I can do it. And away we go. We're just going to start slamming them one way or another.
Well, it's just like the third-party debt scam. When people start, which they're going to get successes, they just follow this little bouncing ball, and they're going to see how easy this really is, and then we're going to have testimonials aplenty, and then the rest of my brothers and sisters will decide, hey, I don't have to play that game either, and I have the way and the capacity to terminate it. That's why we give the package away for free, because we really, really love third-party debt collectors over here at privatist.me. We want to show the love worldwide. That's where I'm living.
Yeah, you're so generous. I can't say that. I can't say I love these people at all. So I'm being authentic. I wish I could elevate myself to that level, but I haven't been able to do that yet. And I got to tell you, I don't know that we're supposed to. In fact, I got a really good paragraph on forgiveness, and I think it's a scam. But we won't talk about that right now. But feel free to send me hate mail, because I really disparage the entire nonsense. I refer to the Bible, the KJV, and I had a little fun there. Sure, I'll hear about it. That's fine.
Well, look at the court thing. They're sending all these people think they're getting absolution, and you got some fiction scumbag telling he's going to give you absolution by putting you in the jug and paying arbitrary fees in these ecclesiastical dead man's courts. Give me a break.
Who fell for that, eh?
Yeah. It's all black magic, folks. It's all black magic.
Yeah, I even mentioned the Pope. I said I'm glad they're going to put that devil out of commission. Oh, I hope I hear from the Catholics. Wouldn't that be great?
Yep.
All right. Well, listen, Dolphy, what else can I say? I got to get out of here. What else shall I tell you? Tell you how great this article is. I think this is a good one. So hop to it, get onto it, get out there and tell them no, and then report back to me. This is very significant. And if you want your name in lights, then
there you go.
Right now, I'll blast it out. It'll be great fun. And keep in mind, you'll be assisting your fellow man, because a lot of people just really need encouragement. I mean, how many times have we tried to tell somebody something and they say, yeah, well, you tell me where this has worked, and you think, well, hell, why do I have to go digging for this kind of information for some slophead who simply won't take my word for it? So, but now we're going to do it. We're going to say, okay, here's what worked. Here's what worked. Because I think this will be a whole lot simpler than writing all kinds of, oh, my God, it's endless, right? Notices and declarations and all the stuff that we've been doing that, trying to prove they're breaking their law. And, oh, that's another thing, which I forgot to mention, that we cannot use thanks, Terry. We cannot use their law against them, because, first of all, we don't want to be using any of theirs, because once more it acknowledges them. And the other thing is we can't use their law. That would be the same as they're using our law. Like these are two entities, and there the twain shall meet. So to say we're using their law against them, that just, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, there you go. So we've done all that nonsense that doesn't work. So we're just now down to bug off.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And so we're moving the ship state in a different direction, and they're like I say, they're catching on that we've caught on. So that's the good part. So when more and more of the masses wake up, the more and more they get more nervous, and that's where we want them because they think they're accountable to nobody. And you know what? This is all got to stop because, like I say, this is not what I'm living for to let my children inherit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the message to the world is non-compliance. Get off your knees, stand up to them, and lambaste them. Don't let this go. We can't let this go on any longer. We're out of time. It's got to stop right now.
Yep. The jig is up. Next thing everybody want to do is put a chip in everybody.
Oh, that's spooky.
That is spooky. If folks, they do that to my brother-in-law's cattle. I'm not cattle. But they classify you as cattle in their books.
I think that's how they think of us, yeah. So, anyway. All right, now, Peter, I'm going to run. And so, as always, lots of fun. Carry on. You're great. This is a fabulous document. And, again, everybody, you're having trouble with these twits? Shove this under their nose. That'll put it under. This is good. Anyway, sweeties, goodbye. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you soon, eh?
Have a great day. Have a great night. I'll catch up with you later. Have a great one. All right, folks. Thank you for coming on, Sister Mary. Anyways, folks, like Mary says, when do you say when? When do you draw a line in the sand? So apathy, indifference, not operating in your own capacity to pretty much move yourself forward is not a real viable option these days. Matter of fact, I did cover, it's been posted on our email blast at Privatis, that they now stepped it up a notch for third-party debt collection processes, and they're filling the jails. Folks, now that's insanity because the debt already got paid with the original creditor, and now some third-party schmuck is going to drag you into the system, and you could possibly go to jail because of a lie. So, folks, you don't have to fear anything. You can stop the fear with this preemptive strike, this three-step simple administrative process, because if you don't, all the people that are getting thrown in the jug, folks, they didn't take an action. They didn't remove the presumption. They didn't send their little old counteroffer like this red box document we speak of. When you do that, it changes everything. Now you have a proofs. They don't like to have proofs. They don't want their ugly black garbage seeing the light of day. So that's why they'll never drag this to court. Folks, I'm living proof. I played ball, did 80 grand, and it really does work. You just got to do it. It's really, really simple. This is why Michael and I said, okay, we'll do the heavy lifting. We'll create an administrative package, and it'll be stronger than death, and that's where we live. So, folks, if you haven't come over to privatis.me yet, I'm posted. We're posted all over the place. It's just not about the debt stuff and whatever. Folks, we're covering a plethora of information to pull the curtain back to the total colossal fraud, including my 8-week curriculum. You can go get the downloads for free. That's all free. The medical stuff's free. My MP3s to listen to on the alternatives that I talk about that make the body right in a whole different way. Folks, there's so much good meat and potatoes on the plate over there. Come on over. Come on over and eat because, folks, this is the direct path to getting truth and knowledge, and knowledge is power. Anyways, I think, Sister Deatra, do I have any callers coming in? If anybody's got their hand up. All right. I guess you can let that one come on through. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, brother?
Hey, it's Jonathan. How you doing, Pete?
Oh, Jonathan. How you doing, brother? Hey, folks. This is another beautiful man who's standing in the breach of time, and we brought him. He's brought us some seriously good blow-by-blow for the Canadian side of the house on how they write articles and slant stuff. But at least they got part of it right. But it's he's really he's a real trooper. And folks, if you see, this is what happens. They expect us all to lay down and be compliant, and that's why we're in the position we're in to this day. Our mamas, our daddies, our grandpas, grandmas, for the most part, They just let the system go. Everybody got busy and failed to take responsibility to look what was going on around them. Hell, folks, they got Agenda 21 crap being pulled in this little podunk town I live in. I was talking to a preacher about that, and he was sharing with me, they're trying to change up the status. Anyways, Brother John, any new issues on the horizon?
Well, I feel like I'm a gravedigger sometimes now because I'm just basically getting these guys to bury themselves as much as possible every meeting I have with them. So that's where we're at right now. We're getting ready for the next hearing, and we're going to go in there a lot harder than we did last time. We're going to be bringing up a lot more personal things, let's just say, for them in court and stuff like that. And we're going to want employee numbers. We're going to want oaths, and we're going to want bonds before we allow them to proceed whatsoever. You know what I mean? And we're going to be asking for the regulations and all this kind of stuff and the laws, and we're going to be quoting law to them this time in court to have these bonds and have these oaths and why they need these oaths and stuff. And we're going to do some educating next time, and we're going to see if we can't get this all on recording as well, and staying in peace and honor as a living beneficiary. So that's what we're at right now. CPS seems to be wanting to get our kids back awfully hurriedly as they proceed with a fourth hearing. They're up to now half days. They want to get the kids into our custody and go from there, and they're doing an expedited reunification program and stuff like that. They tried to get us to sign a case plan, but of course, as a conflict of interest, seeing as we brought charges against them, so we didn't agree to sign a case plan, but they still proceed to move the kids further and further into our custody as we, keep the pressure on them and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. They don't bother sending process servers anymore to serve us the fraud documents that are in the trustee name. They send the sheriffs out now to our home now to send us our documents for hearings and stuff like this now. So that's quite amusing.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where we're at right now. We're learning on a steep curve, and wow, I'm telling you, I love knowing the people I know because every time we go in there, we're starting to enjoy making judges cringe and making judges, not want to be in the room with us. And so it's almost like that last judge, he seemed to be quite looking for something, basically. He was looking for something for us, from us, to say something, is kind of what we felt. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And we're just trying to figure out that little mystery and bringing a little Latin, let's say, to the court this time.
Yep. Well,
yeah.
And folks, here we go. I'm going to just belabor a little bit. This is what happens when you stand in the breach. Now they're all confused because they didn't get a good compliant slave to kowtow over because they've gotten most of the masses so duped, so stupefied that they fail to know who they are. They fail to stand in who they are as a man or a woman. And now we got dictates from the corporate end of it. And, like I say, this state representative with Nebraska thing, that was massive, huge. When the guy's asking for the oath and bond, and the DA looked at him with contempt and said, we don't need no stinking bonds. I'm just saying, this woman, then I guess apparently now talk about naked aggression, John. It's like no oath of office, no bond. So, in other words, so you can screw the heck out of anybody you want to and have no literal, anyways, they're operating in full unlimited commercial liability, and they think they can get away with it. They don't think that and when people go ask for their bonds, they up at the risk management office, they go run and hide. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, in Canada, they got you all blocked off, walls off, glassed off. I mean, it's like a aseptic surgical room, and nobody gets through the hospital door. It's friggin' nuts, folks. I mean,
exactly.
Why do they do that?
Doors and stop signs everywhere, and cannot go this way, and just out and out breaking of laws. Just complete flagrant abuse is basically going on right now. And it's like, do these guys even know what's going on? Do I have to educate them every time I come here? But like I say, hey, we are going to stay in the breach, and we are going to stay in peace and honor, and we are never going to back down. And this does nothing but fuel us. You know what I mean? They picked the wrong people for this because we live this life, knowing that there are challenges and stuff like that, and we look forward to a challenge. We look forward to learning the lessons from each and every challenge given to us by, this multiverse, right? So, bring it on. We'll learn as we go and, share as we go and see what works, see what doesn't work, but we'll figure it out by the end of it.
Yep. Anyways, hey, John, did you ever get a chance to watch All Wars or Bankers Wars?
Oh, wasn't that a beautiful video?
45 minutes, folks. Matter of fact, I just posted it up on the site. Folks, instead of talking about this stuff, I'm going to let you go watch something for a change instead of having to go dig into my PDFs. But you definitely want to go collect all my PDFs for weeks 1 through 4 that we've gone through so far. And we'd like you to, like I say, folks, signing up at privatist.me is 100% free. We have a plethora of open portals with educational stuff, mind, body, and spirit. So, folks, if you haven't been over there, click on the icon or highlight it, copy, paste, and put it in your browser and go on over. Because, folks, you're missing tons and tons of viable information. And it's not technical. It's not hard to understand. But it's what allows you to pull the curtain back to start thinking outside the box to move your life forward on a whole different level. And this is where Brother Michael and I live because we're sick and tired of what we're seeing. What do you think, John?
Well, yeah, I watched that video, and I'm quite familiar with how the banks have, completely hijacked everything. And it's a real concise video. It's right to the point. Gives you examples and everything else, and lets you know clear, very clear information. I've watched, Money Masters and all this kind of stuff too, and these are 2-3 hour videos and stuff like that. Great videos as well, but this one's really good, 43 minutes, and it gets you up to date with what's going on and really, opens up your horizons if you don't really know what's going on and how it's working and, how everything's being paid for by the same, entities, basically, and starting these wars in the backgrounds and stuff like that, and it's just absolutely, crimes against humanity.
I've been saying that for years on the war crap. Iraq, folks, snap out of it. It was just because they wouldn't hypothecate the American dollar, so the IMF started a fight with them. Wasn't about 911, that's the swill lie. Wasn't about yellow cake, uranium, or any other crap. It was so they could go steal their resources, and because they wouldn't denominate in American dollars. So all that crap going on in the Middle East, folks, snap out of it. That's the lie. Yeah, you can need to go watch this video, and it'll get your mind right on a whole different level. It's got proofs, references, sources. Same with Changes on the Horizon Part 2. That's on our videos page at privatist.me, folks. This is the stuff that they will not show in a history class. This is our children have been propagandized. They've rewritten these BS books. They've put in their crap, their swill, and they're force-feeding it upon my children because they don't want independent thought. They don't want you questioning nothing. You know what? When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to change your paradigm. Well, folks, hey, I can bring you the change quickly, effectively, and efficiently. I can bring you an exponential learning curve, shortened in no time flat. So, you know what? Come on over to my house. We're having a party, a learning party. But it's not complex. It's not any heavy digging, and it's going to give you a lot more clarity than you got right now. So that's the whole point of the exercise of me putting this 8-week curriculum together. I said, you know what? I need to do something, John. I said, so that people can see it, feel it, touch it, and get their education on. So that's why Michael and I created that 8-week curriculum over at privatist.me in the 8-week portal, which is free. Folks, go download it. Go take a look at what a birth certificate bond looks like. Mine. I posted it. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide. As well as the 14-page, what is that? The birth certificate securitization scam. Yeah, that's a huge document written by another brother. And, folks, I mean, this is what we're talking about here. I'm bringing everybody from a starting point to give them some operational capacity starting from the beginning. Because if you don't know this has all happened, you're living in fairyland. You're living in la-la land because they never expect you to open your eyes to see this. So when you go see my birth certificate bond and you blow it up, you get to see Midwest Bank Note Company right on the certificate on the beautiful blue borders with the red digits, with the red bond digits on it. Folks, you know what? Yeah, we've been duped for a long, long time, and, it's really time to shake the tree. And but that's how you get free. Folks, we're changing history here. You're in a paradigm-changing situation, and that's why Michael and I created the privatist.me site Because like I say, everything that we can put out there for free, we want it. It's going to always continue to stay free. But, folks, you got to come through the front door. I can't do it for you. And but I promise you come through the front door, you'll get a change. You'll see things in a different light because you'll actually get proofs and knowledge. Sort of like hey, John, how about my debt termination? That's right under the icon of the weekly curriculum. Folks, I show documents where they were knee-deep in my back pocket on a third-party debt, and I actually got them out of my pocket, got all my money back, and because I knew how to operate and sort of beat the brakes off the third-party debt collector. So, folks, we come from a position of knowledge over there at Privatus, and it's really, really some beautiful knowledge. It's simple, easy. Fundamentally, this is what we do, our training calls on Thursdays. I'm fixing to do a bunch of 4 new medical calls starting next in March. So that will be added to the medical side of the house, folks, because we cover stuff like sodium bicarbonate, which makes the body oxygen-rich. We cover stuff like food-grade hydrogen peroxide, which makes the body oxygen-rich. Folks, this is the stuff you're not going to hear about. Celtic salt gives your electromagnetic flow to your body because everything's electromagnetic. Without it, your body's dead, acidic. Anyways, these are simple modalities we teach and share with everybody, and I put them on MP3, and I do talks on them. And I have attachments, documents, information. So you're not being from if you're from the show me state, I'm going to show you. Yeah, folks, the system is literally, this whole system is broke. It's corrupt from the top on down. And if you don't believe it, just look around at your friends and neighbors who are becoming victims. But we can only become victims because we have no knowledge. And if we don't get the knowledge, we continue to stay and be victims. So you know what? It's not really a viable option. I say this over and over again, but when you really take the glasses off, it's an empowering thing because now you're moving through your world in a different perspective with your glasses off. Because until you take them off, it's ugly. It's really ugly. Anyway, so folks, I don't want to expound on the negative. I like to try and expound upon the positive and show people that they have options. If we don't share the love here and now, it's just getting worse. So we collectively, like I say, we all have to come together as a collective, unified, as one. And that's why we do what we do. We're just not wanting to get on a call and just pontificate about mundane garbage that has no validity. People have problems. People have issues. People have pain, and they don't even know where to turn. They don't know what to do. They don't know that they have viable options. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover into some more options. And matter of fact, like I say, if you haven't been over to this site, and I'm going to go into my site. I'm going to blow my horn on this site because Brother Michael has done an incredible job. Folks, it's broke down, mind, body, spirit. We have, like I say, videos. Let me see. I'm just going to go into body, and you click on body, folks. You got cancer, hands-on remote healing, hemp powder, salt, sodium bicarbonate. These are simple modalities that nobody even talks about. Big Pharma does not want us talking about this because it makes the body right on a whole different level. When I talk about salt, I'm not talking about the garbage salt you get at the store. I'm talking about Celtic salt where you actually grind it up. You put it in your body, you put it in distilled water, and the electromagnetic flow, because the body's electric, you have that electromagnetic flow, and when you get it running right, guess what? Your brain starts opening up, because right now everybody's got aluminum buildup and their bodies are operating at acidic capacity, and they're just, putting out beautiful genetically modified food products which actually compromise the body, just like with this shots and all this other stuff. And I've covered, the shot thing with Dr. Carly, and I got her video over on our site as well. Folks, if you've never seen that, thimerosal, mercury, and formaldehyde in shots has absolutely no valid use in your body. What it does is compromises your immune system. It's going to put you into a weaker, sustained system because it's like a shock to the system. It's a foreign body. Anything foreign is not good. This swill they've pushed upon us that, hey, folks, there's a breakout of flu all over the place, and it's most of the people that got the shot, not the people who didn't. I haven't had a flu shot, I think, in over 30 years. I think I got 1 or 2 in the Navy. Anyways, folks, this is the type of stuff. But if you go into the body and you click on, these are open, available for everybody. You got the cancer page, folks. It's huge. I'm gonna cover it just for a second because this is really, really important, folks. Because my wife lost her family members, 2 of them to cancer, to the lie, to the scam, and that's another scam. But this is the stuff Big Pharma doesn't want us talking about, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. But if you go onto my cancer page, folks, you're going to have a plethora of attaching documents, information, books, PDFs, covering so much good information. Dr. Mark Circus, Hulda Clark, Cancer Step Outside the Box. Folks, this is huge stuff, the 1-minute cure. This is all available for free to all the free members. I want you to come and enjoy it because you know what, brothers and sisters? I don't want you dying for a lie. I'm showing the love, and that's where I live. So, you know, the sad part is, you know, most people, they don't care enough about their brothers to put anything forward. I'm putting it where you can find it so you can get enlightened and get your mind right and find your viable proof so you can take a different path because the one they have chosen for you, that's the whole point. They chose it for you. They're taking your free will, act, and deed and removing it, thereby making you incapacitated to handle your own matters forthwith. That's not a good place to be, folks. It really isn't, and it's getting uglier by the minute. I don't need dictates telling me how to run my life and do my thing. You know, I believe in the concept, do no harm. That's where I live. You know, folks, as long as I'm not bothering you, don't tread on me, sort of thing, you know. But, yeah, folks, this cancer page, matter of fact, we got Cancer Tutor for anybody who's got a family member who's dealing with cancer issues, folks. Yeah, come on over to this page, click on it, and it's got a plethora of excellent information, alternate, simple methodologies that anybody can apply. Matter of fact, my brother Gregg, we've been working on his sister through a nebulizer. They sent her home with lung cancer to die, and she's actually starting to get better. Go figure. She's not being poisoned by the poisonous chemicals, but yet they sent her home to die. Because, folks, let me share with you a little thing about oncologists. That's the cancer doctors. 90% of them will not take the crap they're going to push on you. That should be an eye-opener right there. Yeah, if you haven't read the book by Ty Bollinger, Cancer Step Outside the Box, folks, yeah, you need to go read it because I'm telling you, you'll never fall asleep again and you'll know the truth. And that's what we stand for. We're just about the truth. The baking soda stuff. Anyways, John, you find any of this stuff enlightening that we've posted over at Privatist?
Oh, you know it, especially cancer and stuff like that. Cancer, like, yeah, you know, I've known like 3 or 4 cancer cures myself. You know, I've had friends that we've cured of cancer and stuff like that. You know, within weeks. You know,
yep.
So you know, firsthand knowledge, like, you know, this might do it. This, you know, this stuff is amazing. There's so many cancer cures out there, and that's the thing. It's just big business. There's millions and billions of dollars. You know, all these people out there gathering money for cancer research and all that kind of stuff. They're the last people that want, you know, cancer research found, everything else. They're making millions off of donations of people that are putting their hearts in the right place, you know, and trying to help and stuff like that. But yeah, scam, complete scam. AIDS is another one, you know.
Yep.
Herpes, hepatitis, A, B, C, all those are easily cured. You know, it's just, you know, it's all the body is absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? It's the most amazing thing on this planet. And if you put it back in the right spectrum and stuff like that, it will heal anything. And that's basically what it is. You just got to stop putting the poisons in. You know, let the body clean out a little bit, and then it will heal. You know, and
yeah, and all those MP3s and audios are already posted up on the site. Those are free for everybody because I don't want my brothers and sisters dying for a lie. Folks, this is what I do. I'm a researcher. I find the truth and I post the truth, and so that you can really get your head wrapped around it. I think Michael and I, you know, I guess I can't find it on the videos page. I was looking for I know where it is. It's probably on the. Let me see. I gotta find it. Healing hemp. Oh man. Anyways, there's just so much good stuff, folks. But on the videos page, that you definitely want to go there. We got the All Wars or Bankers Wars posted over there, as well as posted over on the weekly, the 8-week curriculum. You need to go take a look at that. It'll blow you away, folks. In 45 minutes, you'll have a different paradigm. Watch Changes on the Horizon Part 2. Santos Bonacci's The Vatican Owns Your Soul, what really goes on in court. That's why the folks are ecclesiastical courts, I know it. It's just black magic, and they're trying to get you to do some absolution while they rape your estate and steal the beneficial interest of the estate. It's all about the trust. But nobody
Speaking of the
knows
Vatican, Pete?
yeah, right. Anyway, we got Jerry Day over there with the CAFR accounts about the CAFRs, folks. That's the second set of books they keep, and they got piles and piles and piles. They're not broke. They got your estates all piled up over on the other side of the fence, and they fail to tell it to you. Then they send you a new property tax bill every year. We couldn't live within our means, so we got to spend some more. So we're going to up your property tax by 10%. In the meantime, the profits are taken off the top. Yeah, they're literally, and they're taking tons of them, and they're putting them over on these CAFR accounts. And the whole court system, folks. Yeah, if you haven't gone over to my education page, you want to go see about the bonds, huh, John?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's all about the bonds, you know what I mean? That's where the money's at. That's where they scammed us right from birth, you know what I mean? We never went back and claimed their bonds and took them over, and so, well, they're just sitting there, so they just scooped them up and never bothered telling you. You know, it's just like a trustee of a 25-year-old, you know, that was left some money, and, you know, you let that trustee take over, and he never tells you that you've got all this money, and he just sits there and gives you your little stipend every month and stuff like that, and you think that's all there is, and yeah, it's basically that's what it is, trust law, you know. We never came back and claimed our own trust. So this is what we need to do. We need to, you know, not be the birth certificate anymore. We need to be the living being, you know, using the birth certificate as it's supposed to be used. So,
well, somebody just covered about cat's claw. And folks, matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do 4 more on the medical side of the house information. And, we're going to talk about Laetrile. If you don't know what that is, it's just B17, DMSO. I mean, folks, these are simple methodologies.
I'm quite
they don't want us talking
DMSO
about.
Actually, too. Yeah, DMSO, we've been using that for years as well. Basically, we call it the liquid needle. You know, it's great for, you know, muscle aches and taking away pain and all that kind of stuff, but you can also add anything to it as well and use it, you know, apply it to your skin and stuff like that, and it'll absorb a lot of these medicines, well, not medicines, I hate to say that, you know, about true cures, so let's avoid that word. But you know what I mean? It'll help absorb into your body and all this kind of stuff. It's great for removing, actually, radiation from the system, too, people that might not know that. DMSO has been found to really lower radiation counts in people when they take it. You can take it internally, you can take it externally. I'm quite familiar with DMSO. Great stuff as well.
And folks, this is what we talk about when we come around to my buffet table and eat, because I'm going to give you a truth and knowledge by the scoopful in digestible chunks. I know I break these stuff down analogies with food, but it's something we all can understand. Matter of fact, somebody else mentioned MMS. Matter of fact, I want to post them on my site because this guy he's got it kicked real good. Just like colloidal silver, there's different types. You want to get the right kind. Folks, hemp powder, it's nutritionally dense. I take it every day. So I can get away from the genetically modified garbage. And I have meal replacements with just hemp powder. No, there's no THC in it, and it's actually the most dense green nutritional product you can get. And it really makes the body right. The machine starts actually running efficiently instead of being bogged down. It cleans, with the colon and stuff, but at the same time, it's nutritionally dense. And we're not getting nutritionally dense from canned crap at the store.
Another thing about hemp powder, too, that people might not know is if you can mix that into, say, a beeswax and stuff like that, instead of using that chapstick everyone uses that just makes your lips all, horrible and stuff like that, or skin creams and stuff like that, add a little hemp powder, make a homemade skin cream and a homemade chapstick, and it'll actually heal your lips, actually heal your skin and all this kind of stuff. My fiancé used to have extremely bad lips. He used to get in the winter time and all this kind of stuff. He used to crack quite a bit for months over the winter, and I introduced her to hemp powder and how to make up something, and she started applying that to her lips, and within weeks, no more cracking, soft, supple lips, she was using it on her skin for dry elbows and all this kind of stuff, and just absolutely baby-like again. So great stuff. You can use it like another one you can use externally as well. And internally, wow, just amazing. You want a boost and you want something that keeps you going all day long, take a quarter cup of hemp hearts in the morning and stuff like that. And wow, it's just a steady boost. You just go all day, you know what I mean? No crash at all. And it just, you can really feel it though. You know, sometimes you take something like you wonder if I don't know. With this stuff, you just, wow, it's just steady energy all day long. It's like it really keeps the furnace going steady.
Yep. Hey, well, and folks, like I say, I'm fixing to put together another 4-week curriculum starting in March. So I'll be doing double dipping Mondays and Thursdays. Thursdays we cover the content, informations. Like I say, we're presently in the mode of creating these administrative, for lack of a better term, beat the brakes off third-party debt collector packages, and they work, and they really work. And so, folks, because, like I say, I just can't see standing back and laying and watching it happen anymore. So, you know, Michael and I, we go to the deep end of the drink and we create stuff. Folks, we're not going to put you in the deep end of the drink neither, but you're already there if you're standing back and not removing presumptions. So that's the whole point of this exercise when we do this. And we're going to be covering IRS. You know, we love them too. And we're going to be covering, I'm going to be covering student loans here probably in another week as well. So, you know, folks, it's just one big happy scam. It's beautiful. It's just a hypothecation event, and the masses are getting blasted because they're not paying attention. So, you know what? If you come over to my house, then you'll be paying attention because I promise you it's going to open up your eyes to a whole different game, but you won't be operating in fear. So, folks, that's the whole point of the exercise is us coming together so that we're not operating in fear. So we bring forward information. We understand where you're coming from. And so we know there's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's really not complex, folks. This is not Pythagoras' theorem. This is 2 + 2 = 4. So we're really looking forward to having everybody come over to privates.me. We wanted to go worldwide. We wanted to be pretty much a household name, you know, but we don't want much. And folks, if you think we're about the money, then we'd be charging you the $300 for the package. We don't want the money for the package. We're giving it away. We want you to come to class and get your mind on and get your education so you can operate from a position of strength. Because what sense of it is if I give you something with a magic wand and you don't know how to use it? So, folks, it's like giving a kid, a 5-year-old, a gun with bullets, and he blows his foot off because he didn't know how much power he had would be when he clicked that trigger. Well, we don't want you operating like that, so we're changing that paradigm. So we're an educational portal. So when people get the memberships over at our place, yeah, that membership covers you for the whole year. And with the education we keep bringing forward, and we're just lumping it up more and more and more. And like I say, it's going to be a collective potpourri of information, but it's all valid meat and potato stuff, not complex stuff you can't figure out in a couple of minutes. And when you understand it, you're operating from a position of knowledge and power and strength. Yeah, I want to get into probably, some prepper stuff and stuff like that. Other information is like, Brother John, being in the military, it's nice to know that I can condense water out of a mud puddle and have it drinkable in literally less than, 45 minutes. But this is the stuff most people don't know. I can make a rocket stove out of 16 bricks. So if I didn't have a heating source, that would be my heating source with just some twigs. I mean, just survival stuff, stuff that, I paid attention to. So my neighbors may not know it, but I could teach them in 30 seconds flat. That's the beauty. So, folks, I guess I'll open up some other doors on that level, but there's exciting stuff coming. Anyways, as a matter of fact, apple cider vinegar, I just started on a regimen of that. I get the mags, I think it is. That's the original stuff. Folks, you don't want to get the clear garbage. You want the good stuff. And that's mags. I use that. It cleans out the body, gets the kidneys running right. I do my hemp powder. Folks, you know what? I got to feed my machine right because it's the only one I got. We've been eating the garbage. I don't do McDonald's. I pretty much don't do fast food anymore. Because like I say, I got to respect my machine because it's older. And if I feed it right, it's going to last a lot longer. And hey, folks, I'm 53 years old, and I'm not on any medications, though I know some people think I should be on them. But no statins and all this other crap, man. Folks, this is what I'm saying. I don't buy the swill. I don't go to the doctors. My blood pressure I know is fine if I'm feeding my machine right. I'm willing to roll the dice. If I die from a heart attack someday down in the future, it's because of stress. Okay, I brought it upon myself. Whatever. Crap happens. There are no guarantees in life, folks, but there are, capacities to bring your life forward in a better living capacity so that your machine isn't going down. I don't drink sugar sodas and stuff like that. I used to drink Diet Coke until I was getting the shakes. I thought I was, what's that disease that makes you shake? Sort of like what Michael J. Fox has got. Yeah, like Parkinson's. Yeah, I thought I was getting Parkinson's. Folks, I was drinking that aspartame-laden garbage. And by the way, folks, they're putting aspartame in pretty much most of the foods on your store shelves, so please read your labels. I like to know what I'm getting. This is insane. And, I've got an excellent article on that, how that all got brought forward by the company Searle, S-E-A-R-L-E, and that was Donald Rumsfeld, who was in the pecking order, and he called in a favor to get that garbage that killed every rat in the lab test. Folks, that's not a good sign. When it kills all your lab rats, and then they still approve it. The FDA, you got to love them too. So these are the people that are watching your back, folks. If you're depending upon somebody else outside of yourself to be responsible for yourself, you know what? That's not the way it's supposed to work. We're supposed to take a responsibility for ourselves, and that's why we do this education stuff. Anyways, somebody just posted in, shame on you, Diet Coke. Yeah, well, I was addicted to it. That stuff is addictive. I used to, when I was climbing poles, I'd have my 2-liter bottles, and I was guzzling that garbage, and it is garbage. And by the way, when it gets above certain heat, John, it converts over to methanol, which is wood alcohol, which actually impedes and breaks down the liver and the kidneys.
Well, exactly. It's a neurotoxin too. You know what I mean? It builds up in your brain and stuff. It never goes away. It builds up. Well, you can clean it out knowing what we know. But the people don't realize what aspartame is. It's actually an E. coli, genetically altered E. coli bacteria that is fed industrial waste, and it excretes basically a sweet liquid. Okay, so if you know what I'm saying about excrete, it's fecal matter basically is what they're putting in all our stuff of industrial waste. Yeah, that's what aspartame is.
That gives the whole new concept to eat crap and die.
Exactly, right? Exactly, right? And this is the stuff that people are just, and the thing is, the stuff's only been around, 10, 15 years. So we have no idea.
No, it came out on the scene in 1982 because that's when I started drinking Diet Coke.
Wow.
It's been out for 21 years now.
There you go. And see, now we're just going to start seeing the effects in this generation of all the years of aspartame and all that kind of stuff, and we're going to, like stuff we probably haven't even heard of yet before,
Yep.
The stuff builds up in people's systems and stuff, and absolute toxic. Absolute, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? It takes 2 seconds to go on the internet nowadays and do a quick search. Beware of aspartame, and you'll get 10, 20 pages of doctors telling you how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like someone only has to tell me something once, and I'm going to look into it. They say it's bad for my health. So, and it's out there. It's not like this stuff's being hidden or hidden away that you can't find it easily. It's super easy to find, and it'll absolutely destroy you. You might gain a little weight, using the sugar pop, but at least you'll still have your mind when you're 70, 80 years old.
Right. Well, look at all the the spraying, chemtrails, all this other stuff, folks.
Exactly.
It's not imagination. It's aluminum buildup in the brain. So that's why I did some calls, and you can go over to my site. This is all free. It's on my audios page. And go listen to why I talk about sodium bicarbonate, why I talk about Celtic salt, why you can get this stuff dirt cheap, free, and it's pennies a dose, and Big Pharma doesn't watch. They don't, folks, you get the 92 plus trace minerals from Celtic salt, your body's going to get real happy because the electromagnetic flow is actually going to be operating in its proper capacity, and it removes the aluminum buildup in your brain. So, like I say, I've been saying everybody's zombified, and like I say, their bodies are acidic, and their bodies are operating in the capacity of aluminum buildup. So, hey, folks, guess what Celtic salt does? It removes that issue. Also, unirradiated cinnamon is also, I was doing some research on that. It's a beautiful thing with the unirradiated cinnamon, folks. Yes, cinnamon, like the sticks, and it's you want to get the unirradiated kind. You can check your health food stores. Some of them do carry it. And folks, it also breaks down the the brain block synapse as well. So you've got increased neuron transmitters actually working effectively. They actually was testing it on, what is that, not Alzheimer's, but dementia, and it was reversing dementia. Yet, don't they dare give that out in old folks' home. They all be coming to and leaving, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, you got to love it, folks. You know what, I'm just sharing some love with you what's over on our site because, you know what, I've never really done a show on what privatist.me is all about. Folks, this is the most incredible, mind-blowing site, educational-wise. Like I say, and I don't get busy with the garbage. I'm not going to keep you busy with the mundane. This is really, really beautiful stuff, simple. There's downloads, PDFs, information. That is all free for the free members. And so, folks, I just want you to open the door to your mind. I'm trying to get you to come to ground because right now your electromagnetic flow isn't where it's supposed to be. So, you know what? If I can share the love and keep you standing upright for a little while longer in a better capacity, your machine's operating better, it's a really good deal and for you and for me because, you know, I want my brothers and sisters around so I can show the love. Anyways, John, we're going to go to the last break. Then I'm going to cover a little bit more on the members area on privatist.me on the last half an hour. And, folks, like I say, we're posted on Blog Talk. We're posted the privatist.me portals that anybody can get into. We're posted in the Spirit of Things. If you came in through that page, it's just right up underneath the box. You'll see it says HTTP, privatist.me. Brothers and sisters, come on in. The water really is fine because I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you an education. I'm going to share what you love, and that's why it's private, folks, because you're a private member, and it's a beautiful thing. So I can talk about things that I can't really talk about so much out here in the public because in the public, they like to neutralize us from bringing this truth forward. So we're going to cover a lot more issues as we go forward. I'm going to be doing a lot more neat postings because I'm always finding other beautiful stuff, but I don't want to overload the site. I just want to give straight through the wheat and the chaff and bring this stuff forward on a different level so everybody can move forward in their lives with continuity of flow. All right, folks, we're going to wind this up in the last 30 minutes. I'm going to share with you a little love over on the other side of the fence over at privatist.me because, folks, you're going to like what we got cooking over there because I'm telling you what, we're dealing with solutions. We're solutions-based. Everybody, everybody's got all these problems, and nobody's talking about solutions. Without solutions, we're all screwed on a different level. So, folks, that's where we live. We created this, like I say, with you in mind because I'm sharing what I know, what I've done, what I can prove, and if you really getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting whacked around, it's time to pull the curtain back. But yeah, folks, just on the medical side of this thing, if you go to the audios, I've got tapes, MP3s. If you don't know what magnesium chloride is, you can go download that. And I've also got a PDF downloadable document for free by Dr. Mark Circus. And he really, really covers sodium bicarbonate, folks, because that's really, really integral to the body because it makes the body oxygen-rich. When you dose with it, do a tablespoon a day, not baking powder, baking soda, and there's only one brand I recommend. I should be getting a kickback from this company, but I don't. But it's the Red Mill brand. Folks, don't be using Arm & Hammer. They put aluminum silicate in their garbage, and that's what pretty much grabs onto the brain barrier and blocks it because it actually impedes electromagnetic flow, but the pure food grade Red Mill brand actually affects a positive outcome, making the body oxygen rich so stuff like cancer can't set up shop in your house. That's your body. We are, anyways, our bodies are electric, and you want to create electromagnetic flow, take it out of it's called an acidic state, and you bring yourself in an alkaline state. The reason I know this, folks, I did medicine in the military for about 10 years, so I know a little bit about what I speak of. And, I'm not a doctor, but you don't need to be a doctor, folks. That's the whole problem with the whole darn system. It's the doctors telling you what time it is. Yep, they went to 8 years of medical school, and they learned pharmaceuticals. They cover the natural side of the house probably 4 hours out of the curriculum in 8 years. And it's just other doctors who wake up to find out. And, folks, this is their training. This is how the propaganda machine, when the Rockefellers bought off the big medical schools, because they fund all these medical schools, they can control the flow of information and education, so it's a pretty twisted bent. Anyways, folks, I'm getting excited. Anyways, well, I'm going to cover our members area. And, folks, this is a beautiful, because we cover solutions, what makes a valid claim, four corners rule. We talk about this so-called red box, this technology, rules of four, rules of eight, information you're not supposed to know. We deal with court solutions as well as how to settle the account, beneficiary, settle before trial. I'm getting ring back. Anyways, we got debt solutions we cover, which that's why we're dealing with the third-party debt scam, folks, because it's really the easiest thing to nuclearize as far as to get rid of. So I said, you know what? I told Brother Michael, I said, this is a real easy place to operate from. It doesn't require you going to court. You can keep yourself from getting to court, and you can keep yourself from getting your wages garnished. But if you don't remove the presumption administratively, then you've acquiesced away your rights, and you believe, or you have basically been duped into a con. And they're gonna just steal breadcrumbs off your plate from you and your children. I don't like that, folks. That's theft because, like I say, the original creditor got paid on the front end, so there was no need for it to get farmed out to a third-party debt collector, where they actually they post on the top of the document that they might be collecting on behalf of Citibank. That's a scam. You just look at the bottom of the document, and it'll always say merely an attempt to collect on a debt. That tells you it's a third-party debt collector, and they'll be posted somewhere on the page. It can be a debt collector attorney. And, folks, I love debt collector attorneys because they're the easiest one to whack. Matter of fact, you don't whack them. They pretty much, when they see what we're cooking in the kitchen and when they get these documents, they know it's a done game. They know it's a dead deal. It's not worth even dragging to anyways, like I say, they're going to look for more victims, i.e. low-lying fruit, and that's where you don't want to be. And, folks, you know what? You never, ever have to be a victim on the third-party debt. So what is third-party debt, folks? That's anything that's been farmed out outside like a credit card debt. No, not mortgages. That's a different animal. We'll somewhere down the road get to those. But on the third-party stuff, it could be an old medical bill, could be an old electric bill, cable bill, anything that's been farmed out where it says on the bottom of the letter on that presentment that they're operating merely trying to collect a debt. So, folks, they're a third-party contractor, a corporation, looking for some easy money. That's why for most of you, if they've been sending you the garbage for a while, they'll say, hey, we'll be glad to take $2,000 on this $8,000 debt because, folks, it already got paid by to the originator via the insurance contract, and they sold it out. So, of course, they'll be glad to take $2,000 of your free money. I say no way in hell. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. You just go ahead and send them some love administratively to remove the presumption. It's really, really that simple. Anyways, folks, yep, we're going to be going into IRS stuff since the season to be jolly is coming up, and we're going to start covering some of how to properly fill out a W-4 where you're not, getting broached and pinched. But see, because, folks, they don't teach this in school. Even my sister-in-law is a CPA, a certified public accountant, and her and I had some dialogue back when I was doing research. And I asked her if she knew what the W-2s, W-4s, and 1099 forms were. She goes, yeah, they're income tax forms. And I said, oh, really? I said, would you be willing to take a bet on that? And she just looked at me funny, like she knew I knew something that she didn't. And I went to their own code and pulled up about 10 pages, highlighted everything under W-2s, W-4s, 1099s, and I showed under the subdivision that those classifications come. They had, you have tax classifications 1 through 7, and they all come under tax class 5 for W-2s, W-4s, and 1099s. And guess where they live, folks? Those documents live in estate and gift tax. Well, that parallels everything we've been talking about trust and estates over the years. Folks, they're tapping into the estate. Well, no kidding. Anyways, when I showed it to my sister-in-law, she almost blew a gasket. My brother-in-law just smiled real big. They're both college-educated folks. And my sister-in-law, well, nobody ever told us that. I said, that. They just teach you what forms to use. But they don't tell you the intent or what they really mean. So, folks, this is where we change our minds. This is where we change our paradigms. Just like everybody who goes in and gets their driver's license doesn't read the driver's license application. It says you're a vessel in commerce right on the document. Anyways, we have private audios, folks. Those that are members, you get access to all the private audios. So if you miss one, you never miss one. We have templates, packages. We have Redbox. Matter of fact, for those still stuck on the slave plantation, it's always a good idea to terminate your body politic status if you haven't, because that's another presumption, and that's why they send you letters and stuff like that and want to get you to come to court to be on jury duty and stuff like that. Well, folks, it's dead man's land over there, and you don't want to be there. Anyways, folks, yeah, you definitely want to go into the media and audio videos. Anyways, John, I pretty much run the course on privatist.me for today. But, yeah, let me just go to one last thing, and that's the 8-week course, folks. It's already posted over there, and it's got the birth certificate. It's actually got a copy of one. You can go pull it up, take a look at mine. And I also, on the education page, we deal with the bonds, but we won't get to that now. We got the top secret banker's manual, so if you really want to learn, folks, in 75 easy pages, yeah, I can't read all this stuff for you, folks. That's why I don't read it. But I've already read it myself, and it's applicable. Anyways, John, has any of this stuff been a valuable tool for you in the last 3 months or 4 months since we've been in existence?
Oh, yeah, I've went through the complete site. It should be called privatistcollege.me, to be honest with you. You know, it's basically where you can learn, unlearn, and relearn, you know, because that's basically what we're finding out now. We have to unlearn what we've been taught, you know, by these nefarious ones and relearn the truth. And so it does take some dedication. It does take some time. And thank God, you know, there's people out there like you that are willing to teach us, you know, that, you know, setting it out and breaking it down, because every day there's someone waking up, you know, with the truth movement and stuff like that, that, you know, they're just waking up and they're just new in this, and, you know, they're not sure, not, you know, and this is years and years and years and years of trial and error that's been brought together on this site, you know, with everything. And we've gotten rid of all the stuff that doesn't work, and we've gotten rid of all the, you know, the speculation and all this kind of stuff, right? So that's what's so great about this site, you know, and just the fact that you have the medical and, you know, the mind, the body, spirit, and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's just a bonus, and that's why I say it should almost be called a college, you know, because we've got so many facets and so many things. We can heal the body, the mind, heal the finances, you know, heal the spirit, you know, and get these members, you know, on a whole different level and raise that vibration so quickly with this site.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been. It's
privatist.me tech. Yeah, it's privatist.me tech. Anyways, I do have a caller, Brother John. Let me see who we got. And, yeah, Dietra, I'm ready to take a call.
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right, brother. How you doing today?
Good. I'm good. I got some truth for you. You guys ready for some truth?
Sure, bring it.
My name's Larry, and I'm a whistleblower, and my family and friends are being systematically murdered in Northwest Ohio.
Wow.
Wow, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
So here's what I did. So I decided the other day, after the whole Christopher Dorner fiasco, I just decided to start using talk radio to talk about it. So here's the scoop. I got a Facebook page. It's Operation Storm Cell. Storm Cell is one word. If you look if you look on there, basically what I got going on is I exposed a banker and a lawyer and a bunch of cops and everybody else for stealing federal tax dollars, stealing your tax dollars, bro.
Yeah.
From federal programs, from the Unemployment Compensation Fund, other programs, for dumping hazardous material into the local river and polluting up Northwest Ohio with all kinds of diesel fuel and contaminated materials. And I started exposing these people. These people have 100% attempted to murder me more than once. I've been threatened with kidnapping. I've been threatened with murder. You name it. I've been overdosed, beat up by the cops 2 or 3 times. They've trapped me in the police department. I've had to create diversions in the police department to escape with my life.
There's no end to these bastards, is there? Just no end to it. Just the out and out, blatant, you know.
Yeah, it's blatant, bro. It's blatant and it's out and out. They trapped my cousin in 2007. They trapped my cousin. Turned my cousin in Fremont, Ohio, tasered him and strangulated him to death.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, brother, we understand where you're coming from. We know of these horror stories every day. See, you're dealing with the nucleus that actually understands and sees this every day. I got friends. I got Air Force captain. They marginalized the hell out of her, took her kid away. Anyways, the whistleblowers are getting their brakes beat off on multiple levels because that's evil intent, bad intent, and they keep operating in that capacity. And unless enough people wake up until enough other people, become victims, that's when they start to wake up. But that's why I try and affect a change with what I'm doing here in the mind. This is in the spirit of things, and I'm going to have you get up with my producer afterwards for a second, and we might want to do a special show just with you, brother.
Absolutely, and like I said, you guys got my phone number there, correct?
Yep. I already got it posted with me, and I'll give you a buzz. I'll give you a buzz after the fact, brother.
Yeah, and like I said, if we can plug it again, it's Operation Storm Cell. Storm Cell is one word. It's STORMCELL. You can, and I am a vet, and you can plug the you can plug the whole thing into Google. There's a video I created, like a promotional video to draw attention to the whole thing. The Facebook page, and I just decided to create an awareness campaign. Instead of trying to take matters into my own hands, I just figured I'd get the brothers and sisters, the people involved.
Yep. Oh, yeah, well, that's why I have Brother John on here. He's from Canada. They took his 4 kids, brother. So, we just want to expose the love to the other side of the fence to let them know that we're all paying attention. And when you shine light on the cockroaches, sort of like when I share with people how to go into court and terminate or, settle the account, bid bond, performance bond, payment bond. Most people don't realize it's just a hypothecation event in court. It's not about civil criminal. It's just about the money.
Yeah, and it's disgusting, because they put that first.
You're right, exactly.
They absolutely do not put people's first. They don't care about life. They don't care about nothing else. All they care about is greed. It's disgusting.
Yep.
I mean, we all work to wake these people up, and get people. We got to get people together. We got to stop this, and we got to put an end to this once and for all. This world is just, if we don't come together, that this is what they're going to do. They're just going to run rampant until we do get together and we stop this, because this is just insane what's going on in our world right now.
Yep.
I feel for you, brother.
That's the whole thing. I mean, I got, these people have involved the hospital. They paid bribes to the hospital in Northwest Ohio, and the hospital is participating in systematic murder of human life. That's got to be a first. Or maybe it doesn't. But I'll tell you right now, it's disgusting to me. They've been harvesting body parts and stuff like that for a while now. I've researched some of that. So, yeah, we're gonna push forward on some of these informations. I'm sort of more in the spirit of things. I'm trying to cover, like I say, solution stuff. But like I say, I can do a special show with your issues at hand. Hey, folks, if you didn't get that, it's Operation Storm Cell, STORMCELL, not SELL. So I spell it out, Operation Storm Cell. If you got, what did you say, Facebook, brother? Yeah, the CIA operative tracking device for the masses. I don't use it. It don't matter to me, bro. Let them track. Bring your surveillance on, bitches. I got it. Sorry for the profanity, but bring it.
Brother, I did an F-bomb last week.
Yeah, I know. It just excites me because the whole surveillance thing is a violation of our constitutional rights.
Well, I won't get into all that. The Constitution's been dead and gone since the beginning, brother. There is no Constitution. That's the whole point. We're operating under treaties. And this is where, like I say, I've dug into the truth. We've been under the crown since the beginning, since 1776. It's all one. Matter of fact, folks, if you haven't read any of my articles on my education page on the Informer, you'll get your mind right and find out that, and being a good citizen is being a good slave, because they're using the vernacular to bind you up under code law, statutory law. So I'm not a citizen anymore. I haven't been a citizen for a while. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, brother. I'm just covering when somebody brings up the Constitution.
Residency? You know where the change came? You know where the change came in 1868 when they use the word resident in the 14th Amendment in one of the Reconstruction Amendments, they put in there in the state in which you reside. In the Latin term, the word resident means residio, and a resident, residio means to stand silent.
Yep, and res is your energy, R-E-S.
Right, res in Latin, correct. Yep. Res and ident. You've heard the term.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I've got the whole plethora of information on the Informer. It's an excellent education, folks. Read the word citizen, the word subject, the word person. This guy breaks it down in simple, easy to understand terminology. So you start using these vernacular, not knowing how they're being applied to you. Yeah, just like the words sovereign and citizen in the same breath. What a crock, folks. That's a scam because it's an oxymoron. It doesn't fit. Anyways, I never use it. We're going to cover, folks, deeper ends of the drink as of next week. And brother, I've got your number. I'll give you a buzz up after the show. I'll give you a couple minutes, and we'll talk about maybe putting something together. Folks, that's Operation Storm Cell. Help yourself. Go take a look. Hey, you're welcome, brother. We'll catch you on the rebound. Anyways, Brother John, we're coasting into home. I'm sort of tired. It's been a long day. Anyways, back on the 8-week course. Folks, come on in. Like I say, the whole reason for me doing this 8-week curriculum was for you. And if I think I've had 100 people step through the door to come and get their books and pencils. Folks, if you don't step through the door, you never find out. But once you step in, you can never go back to sleep, and that's a good thing. So, folks, I'm trying to affect a change. In order to help you affect a change, I decided to post stuff. Information's easily accessible, and I usually post every week before the next show on what we're covering for the next week, and I put it in a loop. But anyways, folks, we're posted everywhere. Privatist.me. Matter of fact, looks like Mary Croft's going to post this over at her site as well. Hey, my Canadian brothers, welcome aboard, because we're going to have some fun with third-party debt scumbags. It's going to be a beautiful thing, and we're going to have piles of success stories, because that's why I give the package away, because I want testimonials. That's what I'm looking for. So it can show the rest of the sheep that they can become wolves. We're not fighting. We're not warring. We're just taking care of business because they didn't know nobody knew that they were supposed to remove this presumption. Don't be a victim. Anyways, with that being said, Brother John, I thank you for coming on. And, folks, Brother John, he's been on a few shows with me, and I appreciate him coming because, like I say, folks, unless we shine a flashlight on the cockroaches, they think they're going to continue to get away with all they get away with. We just want love. We just want to be left alone. We don't want to hurt nobody, do no harm. That's our philosophy. But they don't get it. They are just control mechanisms, this big corporation.
Well, I appreciate you having me on the show. You've like I say, I've told the listeners before, you've had my back since the beginning, and we've become good friends, over through this, turmoil and stuff, right, and this learning adventure together. So, I appreciate you too, and I love you, brother.
Hey, I love you too, brother. Hey, folks, that's what it is. It's you know what? We don't show the love for our brothers and sisters. We're dead inside. We've got nothing. Because you know what? The things of the world are just things of the world. You're not taking none of it with you anyways. There's no U-Hauls chasing hearses. It's not about it's about your capacity to share and unify with your brothers and sisters. That's where the real value is, and that's where the real truth and the soul lies. And I'm just looking to bring you all together. And you know what? You are welcome to my house. So come over to my house. I bang the drum and request this. And by the way, I'll be posting some YouTube videos over at Blog Talk. Freedom. Let me see if Deatra can type it in for me, so I can give a shout out. Give me 1 second, folks. Yeah, because I'm going to be starting to do some YouTubes because I really want things to get out. It's going to be over. That would be at freedomreigns.us, folks. That we have Freedom Reigns. FreedomReigns.us or Freedom Reigns Radio, and I'm going to start posting some beautiful love on some YouTubes because it's education time, folks. I want to put PDFs and some information, and you can share it with your brothers and sisters. I'm going to even do conversions to Spanish on my site, privatist.me, make a mirror site, because I want my brown brothers to get it too, because I love all, folks. And that's what it comes down to. If we don't stand in the breach for each other, you know what, we all got problems. Anyways, on that, it's on Freedom Reigns Radio, folks, on YouTube, I guess. You can pull up YouTube and just go plug in Freedom Reigns Radio. And, folks, I really thank you all for coming tonight. We're going to be doing it 5 to 7 on Saturdays from here on out, I guess, for a while. And we're glad that you can have a little time off for the rest of the evening. So I like it. I like this better, too, myself. Anyways, folks, we love you. We thank you for coming. And we're going to catch you on Tuesday. And Peter will decide where we're going from here. We'll let you know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.